It's been a little while, and I would like to apologize that my last stream was such poor quality. Apparently, my mic was disconnected, and that means I didn't have any audio from me, and it cut off like half the recording, so whoops. I'll definitely try to correct it for next time, but we'll see. Regardless, we're back for another episode of Quick Campaigns. This video is just titled Mistake.blend. Oh boy. So what have I cooked up this time? Let's see here. Oh, so some of you might remember this comic by Pockets, I believe is how you say it, on Tumblr. Link will be in the description, and the gist of it is Warlock makes funny omelet, because why not? We're gonna turn that into a quest, because I feel like being funny, and I'm a content thief. So yeah, here we go. Alright, so first thing we need to do is establish our who, what, where, why, and when. So to start with, our Warlock. This is the guy that's giving the quest, he will be paying the party, and it will be a quest for a few levels. It's meant to be sort of a side quest that takes time to actually accomplish. We're going to call this guy Jeff, just because I really don't feel like making up a complicated Warlock name. Now Jeff, our Warlock, he wants a bunch of ingredients, and will approach the party. Our where, in this case, is a back alley of a city. It can be any city, it can be anywhere. It's up to you. But he basically just approaches the party in a rather ominous, weird manner. Now, when I think the best time, honestly, is evening to, like, early, like, night, that kind of idea. And he would approach them with the intent of hiring them for out of pockets or like behind closed doors type activity. He acts very suspicious, very shady, and generally is not the kind of person you would see working at the local guild hall or making normal requests. As for the what, that's the ingredients he's after. So I just generated a quick list of 5 examples here. Let's say he wants a Perryton egg, drake flesh, a demon's horn, the antler of a rare species of elk or deer, something like that, and midnight tier berries. Some of these probably don't exist. Make them up, change them, whatever you want. That's just what we're going to work with. Now, Jeff wants the party to get these ingredients, bring them to him, and he will reward them. Now, if anyone brings up Jeff to any NPC or talks about these ingredients, most of them will be indicated as something rather ominous, which is where we're going to get into the why. Now, the why is the fun part. The idea behind this quest is everything is put out like it's meant to be some sort of dark and evil ritual. The way Jeff speaks, the way people talk about him, the ingredients, all of them feasibly could be used as an evil ritual component. Maybe a famous example that someone brings up could be a destructive spell, or perhaps a potion or poison that causes immense damage to the drinker. What actually is happening is Jeff is just really weird and wants to make a really special dish his grandmother made. But he doesn't tell the party that because everyone wants to steal his grandma's recipe apparently, and now no one wants. Now he won't trust no one. So now he's being all secretive and weird about it. So the party gathers the ingredients because Jeff will not show his face unless they have them. And when they do finally confront Jeff, it's in the middle of him cooking. So let's take a look at a possible encounter the party could have with Jeff. I'm going to narrate a small piece that I've written in order to kind of just set the tone and the idea behind this quest. It's mostly written by myself, a little correction from AI and some of my friends, but we'll take it. It's not the best, but it's what I came up with pretty quickly here. It's meant to be a quick and easy little piece to work with. As the party walks down the dimly lit back streets of the town, they hear a voice calling to them from the alleyway. They see a figure draped in a cloak and eyes shifty as they approach. The figure offers them a simple deal. Gather me some ingredients, and I will pay you handsomely. They promise a hefty sum of gold and some magical items from their stock, if the party brings them to them in a timely manner. However, the demeanor of this figure is odd and strange, shifting eyes and moving, and not ever making eye contact. Despite their promises of wealth and power, the party can't shake the feeling that there's more to this offer than is given. As this figure continues to try and sweeten the deal, the party must choose if they trust their instincts and walk away, or take the tempting offer. I don't think that my narration is the best, and I can tell listening to it back that we're definitely not in the best position, but whatever. I think that I did good enough. And so let's kind of just wrap things up. The actual final confrontation with Jeff will take place in a kitchen, obviously, and it's more of a combination of a laboratory. Something you'd find with a typical dark warlock type deal, and they would see that Jeff is making something. He asks for the ingredients, and if the party should choose to hand them over, or if they refuse, Jeff will try to use an unseen servant to take them regardless. If he fails, he will not fight the party. He will instead just get increasingly angry and start ranting about thieves and people and not trusting anyone, and feels betrayed. If the party hands over the ingredients, they will start to see that he just begins cooking. If they demand to know what's going on, he will finally reveal the truth. As the party walked into the dark and dank laboratory, they saw that there was a massive amount of smoke of various colors drifting across the ceiling. Knowing that this could potentially be a fight, they had their weapons armed and ready. They entered the room, and the warlock spoke to them. "I thank you, for you have brought things much quicker than I anticipated. It must have been difficult for you." The party gives vague nods of affirmation before the warlock offers a hand. "Please, set them on the counter. This won't take long." The party hesitates before finally setting the ingredients down on the counter. One of them speaks. "And what do you plan on doing? This doesn't seem like anything you would use for any normal spells. Do you plan to do a dark ritual?" The warlock laughs. No, I don't plan on any sort of dark manners. I simply wanted to make my grandmother's favorite recipe." As the party's bewilderment begins to set in, the warlock is already in motion, chopping and harvesting and using the ingredients they have brought to great effect. A warm and pleasant smell fills the room, and the warlock begins to set a table. "Please, join me. I don't believe that I've had guests for quite a while. You would enjoy it. Please, sit." Alright, so I guess that's kind of the end of it. With that, I don't believe there's anything else to talk about. As for rewards, the only thing I haven't really mentioned, I don't really think that there's a really big need to make up a whole reward for this quest, simply because it doesn't make a difference whether or not you actually have one. Because in this case, you can make it whatever you want. If you wanted to make the reward higher, lower, or different, go ahead. But because of the... Lost my train of thought there. Because of the nature of quests and the way in your game, you might have a different idea of what is a fair reward for this quest. So I think that kind of wraps everything up. I'll be around again later. I'm not really sure when or where, but we'll see. I might try to stream a little more eventually or something else, but we'll see. So yeah, thank you for joining me for this episode of Quick Campaigns, and I'll see you in the next one.